Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Overrated, Underrated. Thank you all so much for the comments you've been dropping with all the different suggestions. There's been hundreds. We've had to whittle it down to a sensible amount and eradicate all of the silly ones because there was quite a few of those. But yeah, let's get started.
Chips and tube screamers.
Chips and tube screamers. I'd say overrated because I've personally sat there and done tests, A/B'd them, and they just sound so similar. And people would pay hundreds more for one with a certain chip, and it's not like, I wouldn't say it's like transistors in fuzz pedals because that does really make a difference. But when it comes to chips in like tube screamers and stuff, it's just like a negligible amount for the disparity in price you'd be paying. So I say overrated.
Chinese clones.
Chinese clones. This is a scary topic because there's, in every industry, there's always like the Chinese, or it doesn't have to be Chinese, but any clones that come out, and you've got to sort of accept that. However, when it starts to infringe on the trademark that someone's built up, the name, the look, I feel like that's really bad. And there's some coming out at the moment which are scarily close to the boutique manufacturers' design and IP in general. It's just not on, is it? It's so oh yes, I didn't even say it's overrated. Yeah, of course it's not on, but it is what it is. It does happen, but yeah, overrated, of course.
Guitar strings.
I'd say, well, we need them because I wouldn't say it's overrated or underrated. It's just they do what they do. It's guitar strings, I'd say properly rated.
Picks.
These are very general. I feel like picks. The thing is, you can get some amazing tones without a pick, and some people like Mark Knopfler or like Chris Burke or like anyone that uses a pick sparingly. It sort of proves that you don't really need one, but again, I'd say it's like properly rated. It's a pick.
EQ pedals.
EQ pedals, I'd say underrated because there's been times in the past where I've done some gigs where I know the amp is going to be horrendous. It's going to be like, no tone. You know those amps where they cost like £10-15 and there's like no settings on them, it's just nothing. I remember once I took a little, it was like a MXR EQ, like the blue one. It's like a vintage 70s one actually. And I plugged this EQ into this dodgy £10 amp, and with certain EQ settings on it, it almost sounded like a vintage Fender. Like you literally turned this amp into a crazy tone machine with like one little device, and I felt like it proved to me then how important EQs can be. I don't really use one particularly myself now because I feel like if you've got a good bass with your good bass tone with your amp, you should be set. But it's a handy little tool if you ever know you've got a really bad amp. So underrated.
Wah-wah pedals.
Wah pedals. I've got to say overrated. That's tricky. The thing is, I love wah pedals so much. If you listen to Jimi Hendrix or Stevie Ray Vaughan using their wah, it's just so expressive and so juicy. It's like, it really is like a vocal sound, but it's just, I think it's been overused so much. Like you can imagine if you go to any bar band gig or like any function band gig, and just like the guitarist always just clicks on the wah for every solo, and I do that as well. It's just like you have to. But because of that, I've just heard the wah pedal so much, and it's like as soon as I hear the wah now, it's like cliche. So it's like, oh no, not again. But that's not to say that it's not one of the best effects of all time. It's just in context to on this day, me answering this question now, I'd say overrated.
Flying V.
Flying Vs, I've got to say underrated. I love Flying Vs so much. It's funny because I go through different stages of wanting one, then I end up selling it like when the gimmick's worn off, but then I listen to Albert King again, and then the craving comes back, and then I buy another one, and then it's just rinse and repeat that. But I feel like there's something about them, like they do have a different tone to Les Pauls and SGs and different types of Gibsons, which is interesting because if you look at the circuitry, it's pretty much the same thing, isn't it? It's just the actual shape makes a difference. I think like it's bizarre how it works, but yeah, you have to be a certain person to pull off a flying V. I don't think I can do it, but I still try just because it's I just love them. Again, like listen to Albert King. It will make you want to buy a flying V if you listen to it enough. So yeah, underrated.
Chris King Robinson.
Chris King Robinson. If anyone doesn't know that, that's me. I know who this came from as well. It's like cheeky guy on Instagram by the name of Olaf. Shout out Olaf. Oh, I don't know what to say. It's like I'm gonna use a cop out here and say the market dictates if it's underrated or not. So I say properly rated in the middle somewhere.
Kill switches.
Kill switch. Overrated. I mean, to be honest, I don't really know what they're for. Other than just killing the sound rapidly when you need it, but why would you really need that? Not as a blues player, I don't think. But yeah, overrated.
B-Tronics.
B-Tronics, all definitely underrated. Yeah, they sound amazing. Like those pedals are fantastic, so nicely crafted, and their social media is insane. It's like they've got a film producer just sat there making their posts. It's crazy, you know. But yeah, we were featured alongside them on that pedal show on the Octavia show they did, and they used the Octahive and then they stacked it with our pedal pawn fuzz, and they actually worked really well together, which was cool to see. But yeah, the Octahive from them looks really cool. And what's that new one, the Best pedal or something? That looks great. Yeah, just an all-round cool company. Yeah, nice one.
Pro Guitar Shop.
Pro Guitar Shop. Oh, definitely underrated. Like Andy at Pro Guitar Shop is a legend, like living legend. And those videos, I actually grew up sort of like watching Pro Guitar Shop videos. It's probably one of the reasons I'm like so addicted to pedals now. Like their videos are so cool, and even though they're well known, I'd still say underrated.
Gearmanndude.
Gearmanndude, definitely underrated. Yeah, he's so cool. I feel like even though we've seen his face now, I still think he's Jack Black. I'm never gonna not think he's Jack Black. He is. But yeah, I don't know how someone like Gearmanndude can like do so many videos, but keep it so funny after every video. He's just like a comedian, like this. Yeah, he's genius, and great playing and awesome demos. So underrated.
Little Wing.
Little Wing, or underrated. Funny enough, we were chatting about this yesterday because it was the anniversary of Hendrix's death yesterday, and we did a post saying what's your favourite Hendrix song, and I was going to put a little caption saying if I had to choose, I would have to choose Little Wing, I think, because it's just an all-round beautiful song. I don't know how he came up with such a masterpiece of a song. It's just like beautiful. It's got everything in there you want, and truly one of the best songs ever in my opinion. So yeah, I love that song. So underrated. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate you hanging out and chatting pedals and guitars with us and stuff. So yeah, let us know what you think to today's topics in the comments, and also drop a comment with what you want to see in any future videos like this. And it's always interesting to chat gear. I could do it all day. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys. I'll catch you soon.